This is part 4 of modeling a friend's desktop lamp, and I'm going to try to finish the modeling in this video. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an empty, and I'll just use arrows. I'm going to bring it up here. All right, and I'm going to have it just above this stuff here. And then in wireframe, I'm going to box select all of this stuff, and then I'm going to shift and click on this, and I'm going to go Control P, that. So now I can select this empty, and I can move this, I can scale it whenever I want, I can rotate it. All right, great. Now, let's work on this part here. I should still have this in mirror. Yes, I do. And we'll look at the back, and I'm going to take a few shortcuts now. I'm going to select this top region here, and Shift S, cursor to selected. And I think I will leave that open, but I'm going to bring in another cylinder. Let's scale it down here. I've got 32 vertices, that's all right though. Okay, and let's change these faces here. Get rid of those, and down here, I'm going to hit E and S. I'm just going to pull it in like that. It's going to be good enough. And I'm going to bevel this edge. And up here, we'll close it off a little bit better. E and S, E and Alt M, merge at center. And we'll bevel that. Okay, so I now have that there. I'm going to be smoothing that, and that's fine. And I can adjust this, you know, somewhat independently. Although I did it in edit mode, so it's fine. I'm going to bring in a circle instead. And we'll just go for like 12 vertices. Okay. I'm going to rotate Y90. And I'm going to scale that down. And just get it a little bit better. And look from the side. And okay, whoops. And we'll get rid of these vertices, and I'll take these two and extrude them down. And then I have to make a face now. How do I want to do this? I can do it the easy way or the hard way. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to select these points, W, subdivide, and we'll do 5. Might as well. All right, why not? Okay, so I'm going to turn on snapping to vertex, and I'm going to snap to this one, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go F to make a face. And this one, I'll snap to there, selected, F to make a face. This one, snap to there, same idea, right? Select that, F to make a face. And, oh, I guess I need one more. How did that happen? Select those, W, subdivide, and that one, move, and we'll snap to that one. All right, I'm not sure that was necessary, but I'll select those faces. Oops, I thought that was an edge. There, 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 and there. Okay, that's what I got. Let's scale this in the Y. Just a little bit. And I got snapping on still. Remember to turn that off. Extrude it, give it some thickness like that. And just bring it in like that. Now, how would this look with a subdivision surface on it? And really, it's not going to be visible. So I just don't know that it's necessary, but we're doing it anyhow. And smoothing. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this bottom because I'm probably going to cover that up, although I do think that it could be longer. So what I'll do is I'll put it there, and we'll grab the bottom and we'll pull it down. Okay. copy that over to here, to the other side. Okay, and then with that done, what I'll do is maybe I will expand this, or part of it. I'm thinking about something like this. You know what? I think I'm going to separate this. Let's see if I can Control L, P. All right, now I can take this and I can scale Shift Z and make it a bit wider. I was thinking about that. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So instead I'm going to join this. And that should do the same on there. Yeah, and what should we do? What if I put an edge loop just there, and I just take this section, we'll just give it a try, E, scale Shift Z, make that just a bit bigger like that. How does that look? Well, it doesn't do too much good for this bottom stuff. Maybe I'll move this stuff down. All of that. And do something like this, and I'll bevel this upper edge here. I'm just making stuff up right now. I'll work on the smoothing of that. Okay, throw in some edge loops. We'll finish that off. All right, so it's different than the real thing. Let's put one in here. That ought to do it. Okay, and let's take these and scale them in the Y just a little bit, like that. And then I think I'll go ahead and I'll apply the subdivision surface and join them to here, put them on both, and we'll see if that's not long enough. I can always, well, it's telescoping, it can go up higher, so that I think that's fine for what I need to do. Okay, cool. So I could actually put the joining pin in here. It might be a little easier. Let's try that. This part's selected and I've got my cursor there, so that's fine. So how about if I go ahead and I bring in another cylinder, but we're gonna go like 12. All right, and I'm gonna rotate Y90, and I'm gonna select it and scale it all the way down. And you'll see what I mean in a moment here. Okay, scale Shift X, and then we'll scale this in the X. Let's just try that for the moment. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, so what I need to do is work on I'll show you, these things at the back. All right, and I've got a way to do those. I think I will do them on another layer though. So I'm going to come to a new layer and I'm going to go Shift C to bring my cursor back to the center. And we'll look actually from the side, right side. Okay, and I'm going to use curves to do this. I'm going to use a path. So I'm going to go Shift A and bring in a curve path. It's like that. I'm going to rotate Y90 so it's standing up, and pull it up kind of like that. Go into edit mode, and I'm going to take this top point, I'm going to pull it over, and I'm starting to make this part of the curve that you would see up here. Okay, I'm doing that. Take this bottom one, I'm going to pull it under a bit so that this thing has a little bit of a curve there. It's got a curve there. Okay, so that kind of thing. Then I'm going to take this top point, I'm going to look from the front. I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to pull it out like that. I'm going to bring it up a little bit, not too much, not too far over, because I'm going to be mirroring this over. Imagine this is like an arch. All right, so just something like that. I'm going to have that point selected and this point, and I'm going to go W subdivide. And I think I'm going to bring this other point up a little bit as well. So I got a little bit more of a curve like that. Okay, so let's come out and let's have a look. I get this. Now I'm going to come over to the curves tab here. I'm going to change the resolution here to like 4. All right. All right, so I'm going to convert this to a mesh now. All right, it's a curve, so I'm going to go Alt-C, Mesh from Curve. Now let's go in and look at this. In Vertex, I have that many points. Select it, and from the side, I'm going to extrude it, E, and pull like this. So there's my front curve, and this I want straight, so I'm going to scale in the Y0, SY0, just like that. Let's go back and have a look at that. All right, in the front view, in edit mode, select it. I'm going to bring it to the right side of my 3D cursor. All right, just on the right side of the Z. All right, object mode. I'm going to add a mirror in the Z, put on clipping, and go back in, edit, and push it together. Release, pull a bit, they're joined, great. Okay, so this is what we have now. I'm going to apply the mirror, so it's one piece now. Back into edit mode, I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to scale, but I'm going to use Alt-S. E to extrude, Alt-S, and I'm going to pull down till I get the thickness that I like. I'm going to stop there, okay? Deselect. Now I'm going to put some edge loops in. Control R, I'm going to pull one near the front and one near the back. Go back into object mode, look from the side, and I'm going to scale this. I'm going to scale this in the Z. I want it smaller, but I don't want it too far out, so I'm going to scale this in the Y. All right, looks a little bit like an airplane at the front. And now I can go into wireframe and I can grab all this stuff and I'm going to pull it back like that. And it probably has to be a little bit longer, but you can see what I've got. Subdivision surface of 2 and smoothing. Okay, now I'm not sure I'm crazy about the shape yet, so I'm going to scale this in the X, and that's probably going to be okay. Now, that's not going to be long enough, so I do know that I'm going to want to lengthen that some more. And I'm also going to want to put in, let's go back into object mode. I'm going to want to put in a piece to sort of fill it in a little bit, but the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to cheat to some extent. It's barely going to be visible. I'm going to select this inner edge, Shift Alt and hold that. Now we'll get just that sort of inner edge. All right, I'm going to copy it, Shift D and P to make it a new object. So there it is, select it. I'm going to take off the subdivision surface that it inherited from this, go into edit mode, and in, and in vertex selection, I'm going to select the bottom points, F to make face. I'm going to hit A to select it all, and get ready, F. I know, how horrible. I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to push it under a ways, and I'm going to go to 3, and wireframe, and I'm going to bring it into about there for now. And I select it all and Control N to flip any polys. And let's have a look at that so far. Let's look from the front so it sticks down a bit. Let's scale this in the X to like there, and let's pull it up a bit. All right, and I'm just gonna go with that. This back part won't even be seen, and this part won't be seen, and it'll just seem like a plug. Okay, now I'm going to look in the front view, and I'm gonna select this front face, and Shift S, cursor to selected. I'm gonna bring in a cylinder, and let's go with those default values, but let's go with nothing for the face. Let's rotate X90, and in edit mode, let's scale. Let's scale, but not in the Y. We're going to need some length to this. I'm just going to push it in there, and we'll bring this down a bit, a little bit more central between the top and the bottom. So we got that. Let's seal this up. Select that edge, E, S, E, Alt M, merge it center. We'll bevel this edge here. Okay, we'll put an edge loop down at the back so that I can smooth this. Okay, and again, it doesn't have to look very, very smooth. I think it could be a little bit bigger. Let's scale Shift Y, but we're going to compare it with that piece there. Now, obviously, right now everything is far too big. So let's go ahead and select everything here. I get it all? Yeah. And we're going to need to flip this around, and we're also going to need to change its size. So let's look from the side. Let's just, in object mode, I'm just going to scale it quite a bit down. Okay, let's rotate Z 180, and we're going to have to change some dimensions of this. Okay, but we're getting to what we need to do. All right, let's scale again, and let's start centering this over this thing here. And this is basically what I'm going to be going for, right? That thing fitting in the center. Okay, but not that like that close, more like that. Now, I just want to see. It's not a bad size. So if that seems to be kind of okay, let's bring it back to here and work on this. Now, I'm going to have this a little bit above, like this. And I'm going to pull it out a bit so that part's not seen. And that looks okay to me. Okay. So that's just the way it is. All right, so we got that. Now, I want to look again at this, and then I want to get it a little bit better. That's what I was thinking of. I'll adjust this thing in a minute, but that's what I was getting at for that mechanism there. And if that was the case, then what I would do is I'm just going to copy it and bring it over. And look at this one. All right, that seems to work. Now, how about if I do another empty for these guys? Okay. So what if I take this piece and Shift S cursor to select it, so my 3D cursor is right in the middle, and I bring in another empty. Where is it? There we go. Just with arrows. And that could be there. And then I will go through and choose this and this and this, this and this and this, and then this. Control P, parent to object. Okay. And now, if I'm lucky, I got everything there. Let's bring this back to here. Okay, GZ, just so that they're not visible. And those would be there. All right, so can I grab everything, pull it down, I lost it. Those two. Okay. Let's save. Zoom in. What do I want to do with this thing here? I think what I would do is, and these just are end guns in the end, but I don't care. Let's just bevel these. How's that? Okay. Let's take this piece of glass now, bring it into position. Whatever position we think we're going to have it in. You know, say there. All right. Next thing we want to do is I want to bend these into its final position. I think I will take, I think at this point I'm going to apply the mirror on those. And I'm going to take this and I won't join it yet. All right, let's come down to the bottom here and go Shift H. I want to rotate these now. And now I guess my 3D cursor goes right in the middle of the geometry of that, which is totally fine. I am going to rotate this, so I'm going to select this edge. I suppose I could select the two. Shift S cursor to select it, bring my 3D cursor down there. Alt H, bring everything back. I got my 3D cursor right there. I'm going to make this a pivot point. And now, if I take this, now what have I got though? That's freestanding. What do I want to do? Yeah, just these. All right, that's cool. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to start RX. I'm going to rotate in the X. And let's say I go to that position. I rotate it on the ball, sort of. And that's there, and that's there. And I could then take this, actually, this, and this. Pick up those in a bit, and we'll start working on the position of that. Let's get back in a median point. Look from this the side. Now, how do I want this lamp? I think I want to rotate this lamp. Now, if I do this, no, that didn't work. RX. Yeah, it's gonna do something like this, maybe. Let me pull it back. Okay, let's look from the back and see how it's going. Like that, right? Am I missing something? Okay, let's try taking these now. Well, I hope that doesn't look weird. I don't know. I think it looks all right to me. Okay. It doesn't look like it would hit necessarily, does it? No, there's room inside there. All right, well, that's kind of it. Let me just have a look at this 0 there and a dash there. We could come in here and set origin and geometry on that. Shift S cursor to selected on that. Zoom in. We could try to do something here. We could bring in text. I'll look this way. And in fact, let's do this. Let's take this and Shift H so that we only are focusing on the text. Let's go over to text tool and come down to center. Alrighty. And scale. Okay. Let's see if I do a dash like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it right now and I'm going to bring it over and up a little bit, and I'll mess around with that. And go into edit mode and type in, I'm going to do an O like that, 0 actually. I think it'll end up looking a little bit better. I'm just going to leave that for the time being. And this one I want to scale bigger. Like that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm going to just do one at a time. Because once I get the rotation right, I can just, I'll show you what I can do. So I'm going to rotate this in the X, and I'm going to switch this to normal. Basically do that, and then all I have to do is go Shift D and slide it up. If I can find my original one, what happened to it? There it is. I'll bring it up a little bit and do the same thing for the other one after. Okay, now, that being the case, we are getting ready to start putting a little bit of textures on this. And so let's leave that for the time being. And let's just select this button. And I'm going to split my screen. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go T and T. I'm going to switch this over to the node editor. And to close that, I'm going to hit new, N for new. And I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go Shift A, shader, principled. Connect that to that. Just switch this to a dark color there. And metallic, I'm going to go for 7. Try that. And roughness, I'll go for 0.2. All right, leave everything else the same. We can switch this over to material. And I guess right there, I can call this black. It should show up over here. Black, okay. And let's do some other parts before we go on. So Alt H to bring other stuff back. This is going to be black, so just select black and black. That's going to be black. That thing. This part is going to be black. And that. And I think I would like to make, obviously, that part black. And I kind of want to make these black as well. And I'm going to make that piece there. I'm going to make that, I better do it like this. I'm going to make that part black. The rest of it's going to be, maybe I can't do that yet. Going to be metal. I'll work on that in a bit. We've got that piece we'll do as metal. I'd like to do this piece as black and do the other parts, glass and stuff like that. Just see what I've missed here. Yeah, those are going to be metal, and that's going to be metal as well. So I'm just going to select this ball if I can. Yep. And I'll click new, and we'll do this. And we're going to try just doing it this way. Just going to bring the metallic way up. And I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to call this metal. And this really, I think I should have had, I guess it doesn't matter, 0.7, but this part here, I want to have as metal. And that'll come up. And I mean, it looks okay, but I kind of really wanted to have this part as black. So these things, anyhow, for sure. So Control, why is that not working? Control L. Make sure you're in the right screen. Hit the plus and choose black and the sign. And this, if I do that, sign, like that. This piece we could do as metal. I mean, I don't know, maybe that could be metal as well. See how it looks. So that piece is metal. That piece is metal. It's already metal. Come in here and choose a piece, Control L to choose the linked stuff on black, the sign. I don't know if that's going to look right. I think I need that as black. Well, we can mess around with it. Yeah, okay, cool. Now we come up to here. Screw is metal. That screw is metal. And the clip. And that stuff's mirrored, so we got that. Let's take the mirror, the glass, and hide it. This is metal. And that's metal, and so is this stuff here. This piece is metal as well. Okay, and then this we're going to make as glass, so I can click here. Yeah, we'll try the principled, and for now we'll just try transmission of like that, and we'll see how well that works. See if am I missing something? Oh, roughness. Maybe bring the roughness down. We'll try that. So that's glass, and so I'll bring back the glass and put the glass on there. What else was I missing? All right, okay, so let's come down to these. So this has the default, that's kind of what I'm going for anyhow. Just maybe just that diffuse like that. And let's now close the node editor window, and let's go back to solid for a second here and see if I can find that other one there. There it is. I'll bring it out a little bit so it's selectable. Okay, cool. that's going to be my, that. Okay, so that's obviously too big. So I'd have that, and I'd have that. Okay, this has the sort of the default white, and this needs to have that white. All right, let's go back to material so I can see stuff. All right, so we're going to try this. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to go Alt-C, mesh from curve, Alt-C, mesh from curve. And I could probably, no, I won't, I'll do them separately. And let me just look at the positioning of this and hope that that's okay there. All right, just to show you how I can do it anyhow. Okay, so I got that, and I am going to add modifier, shrink wrap, and for target, I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to give an offset or distance of 0.0001. This was very, very close. I'll hit apply. And this one, shrink wrap with the target of the switch and 0.0001 and apply. So those are on there. Hope I did that right. Okay, so now what we want to do is put some lights in the cameras. Let's just get a quick thing going, and then maybe I'll do some of this on my own and come back. Let's just put a sun in here first of all, and let's grab a camera, and let's try looking in the front view. Control Alt 0, and under the camera choosing orthographic and just playing around with the settings here. Okay, and what do we got? This light, it's a sun. Let's make it 0.3 and make it 4. And let's come out of the camera for a moment, and let's just, I'm going to do something different, but let's bring another sun over here, and I'll just do this. Oh, actually, do it from the top, just to start getting an idea of how this thing would look. Okay. Okay. Let's scale this to 10. Scale at 10. Grab this edge. I can't tell if I'm an edge selection. Grab this edge. Extrude it up. Grab this. Oh, that's why. Jesus. Okay. And we'll bevel that. And close this. Subdivision surface. We'll do a few. That's better. Well, let's go to 1. Control Alt, so like that a bit. Oh yeah, and for this, let's just do material like this. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, okay. Oh, come on, get off there. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm going to add, I guess, environment texture. I'll hit open, just get it out like an outdoor. I think I'll just try this. First of all, have a quick look, see how bright it is. Okay, let's go back to that sun. There it is. Let's just put it on 2 if I need it at all. And maybe I'll go like this so you can see a little bit of the letters, and then we can do other stuff in a bit. I'm not sure that those materials are going to be any good for that, but we could start with that. Looks a little bit odd there. Okay, well, I'll mess around a little bit with lighting and do a couple of renders, and I'll come back and I'll show you. All right, here are my renders. Okay, so there's one. Not crazy about this metal texture. And when I look at the balls there, maybe I should have made them black or something. But anyhow, okay, we got that. And we got this one. It's more of the same. Okay, so we can see the text, maybe not as white next time. Showing the back. A little bit more of the back, I guess. Okay, some detail inside there. And the last one. That was a lot of fun to do. I'm really glad I sort of was requested to do that lamp. So thank you so much for watching. See you again soon.